Good evening, team. Welcome back. Today, I'm Austin. As I am every day, I'm just so excited. We finally have my favorite stage of Super Robot Wars arc. I know everyone's been looking forward to this. I've been talking about it for a bit. All the Gundam Wing fans will finally be happy, but we are finally here. I've started us a little bit into the scenario to begin with, just because I wanted to get some scans done. And I keep trying to skip all the story stuff. I think just clicking through the story session on like fast forward was 10 minutes. It's a lot. Hold on. Make sure the audio is correct. Sorry about that. Yeah, so let's jump right into our scenario. We are... Oh, maybe not right into the scenario. It's really thinking about it. There we go. We are finally the ones that are sieging a base. We have units on the right and on the left, and we are going to be pincering this formation in here. So there are two reasons why this scenario is challenging. We need to clear it in, as it stands right now, in 5 turns, which is either landing on this space or defeating Haman. Actually, wait, hold on, I should put her on screen. Defeating the Kublai and Haman. She is pretty tough. The unit is decent, but it's really Haman's stats that are really doing us in here. She does have 2-type level 6, which is, I think, probably doing the vast majority of that work. On top of them being on this terrain. So we have 5 turns to handle that, but in addition to that, we have a lot of other objectives. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bosses. I believe this is the most bosses there's ever going to be on a stage. It's quite a great deal, and there is more to it than just. Oh, I forgot to open this menu or this window on the screen. There's quite a bit more to it than just killing them. Finally, we actually finally have objectives. I do think that's also just because we happened to pick the route. Like we dodged every route split that had the more interesting objectives to complete. But that's on me. I can't complain too much. So we have 3 things we want to do this scenario. We need Jamil. This is finally where this is showing up. I guess also, surprise, Jamil is not in a battleship. He gets to use a regular unit now. So he needs to have 20 or more kills by the end of this scenario. He's looking at 18. That should be fine. Sorry, not the next scenario. By the next by the next intermission. By the next intermission. A lot of places it's worded right now that he needs to have 20 before he gets here. He can get 20 during this scenario, but he can't get them during this route split. Like, if he doesn't get 20 by the end of this mission, it will not count. So he needs to do that. That will give us a unit. He also needs to be in combat with this boss, Lancer Dowell. It doesn't matter what the results of that combat are in any way. He doesn't need to shoot him down. He doesn't need to do damage. Just as long as those two see combat somehow, that completes the objective. So we need to get that done. To accomplish that, I have given the Gundam X 2 apogee motors, which will give it gives it +5 mobility and +1 movement for each part. So that's +2 movement and +10 mobility. So hopefully that will make that easier. I guess it's worth noting also, it doesn't matter who starts the combat too. Like, Jamil doesn't even need to begin the combat. If he gets attacked by Lancer, that will work too. What else? Okay, we also need Judo, who I probably could have put parts on the double Zeta. Oh no, we got the double Zeta scenario. We couldn't put parts on it. Judo needs to convince this character. I still pronounce her name Puru. I know technically the English, I believe, I think the most canon pronunciation of her name is Play. I also understand where the not joke, but where the meaning is derived from. PLE being pronounced like play, and she is a kid, and there's some innocence for this character. That being said, I still always know her as Puru, so sorry, I'm probably gonna call her Puru. So if Judo convinces her twice before completing the scenario, either defeating Haman or arriving. I just said destroying. We don't need to destroy Haman. If we get her to retreat, that still counts. We just have to convince Puru twice before the scenario is over. And then she will join us, so that we will get that character. The Cubelays in all these games are pretty much always a safe bet as something that's like okay to decent. They do have the long range situation going on, but they have some decent attributes. Actually, no, I don't have to go over it later. It's going to be literally the same unit we get. So, so like we have a 3 to 7 range, but it only requires 5 morale. Like that's not that bad. These are these are the standard for basic Gundam attacks, which is it's fine. They're whatever, but they're serviceable. But it has it has okay parameters to start. It'll get you by. Puru, on the other hand, is a not half bad pilot. We won't really be using her, but there is just a compulsion when you play these games to get all the characters, even if you aren't going to use them. So that's the scenario. There's got to be. Hold on, I got to have a note about this somewhere. I don't actually. I wonder if these enemies are going to retreat or not. I don't actually have this noted down. We're going to discover this together. I don't believe they do, based on how my notation is working. I think it's also why I emphasize in my notes 2 different places about convincing Puru before we complete this portion of the scenario. Because she theoretically, these definitely stick around after you complete this. Haman will retreat, but everybody else will. So if you convince Puru afterwards, that doesn't work. But we're going to then get more units. We're going to get repincered back. We're going to get units from basically where all of these pilots are right now. We also probably can't go over literally all of the new stuff we got because we are going to be here for an eternity. So let's talk about a couple of really noteworthy things quickly. We're just gonna skip the 2 Gundam pilots. They're good. If you like the Gundam pilots, they work. They have new type. I guess we're not skipping them. We're gonna do it very briefly. They have new type, which is always a great sort of inbuilt way to defend. The double Zeta Gundam has beam coat, which is a little extra tankiness. I think this is how you do tankiness on a Gundam unit. That's it. They will do their job. The double Zeta always suffers from having a ludicrously expensive last attack, but that's fine. Bright is our new Gundam battleship. So Jamil will never be back in a battleship. The Fredan is fully out. We will never get to see that again. Now we have the Nail Argama. The Nail Argama works roughly like how it did the first time we saw it during the future scenarios, all the way back at the very beginning of this playthrough. It's still a battleship. We do get a map attack off with it. We can have that map attack to start. We can fire that right now onto our own units. That would be bad, but we could. I don't think I've ever heard this arrangement. This is a really good arrangement of Anime Janai. I don't know why I said that weird. But so here's the thing with Bray. He has Excel. He comes with Excel. If you were trying to get a low level run, then you might not have Excel on him. But he does have it to start. And look how big his command. He's got leadership. He's got 4 levels of leadership. Or he's got the aura range of his leadership is 4 tiles. Leadership can get stuck, so all of these pilots are right now under the influence of Bright's leadership. If he moves, they will still receive the benefits of his leadership until the end of the turn. So you can give him Excel and have this battleship jump back and forth between 2 different pods of units. This is sort of a unique thing that Bright gets to do because Jamil does not have Excel. If he does have in these last 2 slots, I don't remember them, and they're so far away. I was going to go look at the Nadeshiko as if it was on the other side, but Yuriko also doesn't get it. Excel, or if she does again, it's very late. So having it's definitely a high quality thing that Bright can do. So that's over there. I've saved long enough. Now let's look at all of our Gundam Wing pilots. Let's start with the two we looked at already, but they're now ours for good for keeps. We have the Death Scythe. It performed decently the first time we saw it. I believe these pilots have leveled up a little. Yeah, these pilots have definitely leveled up a little bit since then. But you can see in there's one else right here that he still did get to keep the kills that we gave him when Duo first showed up. A pretty strong close range unit. He does suffer from having only 1 to 3 range, but he does have 7 movement built in, so like that kind of evens it out. He still has a length of 10, a reach of 10. I think I like reach better. I've gone back and forth between saying length and reach, and I think length has other connotations, so we're gonna say reach. We have seen the Wing Zero Custom before, but very briefly. I complained of its inability to use its most potent attacks early on. Like, the map attacks are really what you want this unit for, and you only get 4 of them. We do get to start with his long-ranged attack. He's not quite in position to use it. We'll have to get him in position for this first turn, but he does have a good spot, like, aiming for being able to aim at all 4 of these. And then we also have the Sandrock, again, like an all-around good mid-range unit. His best attack is not 5 range, but that's okay. We can't complain. He does have a post-movement 5 range attack. We also are looking at 1200 armor. He's supposed to be the tanky one of all of them, but we're probably not going to end up using him that way that much. But he can fade some damage a little bit. I don't know off the top of my head. I wonder what his defensive profile, his like total bulk, looks like compared to Argo's at like the same level. He does also, Tetra does come with that same morale boosting spirit that we've been using. He is just sort of going to replace what Sayaka and Jin can do on our team. I don't know how much more we'll deploy them, but he does kind of get to fit the same role, but also get to participate in combat. So those are the 3 we've looked at before. Now, how about the others? I think Troa in the heavy arms is maybe the most disappointing of units because he is the same thing that I've complained of before. It's like this really ammo-based, but very long-range, not very agile, can't post-move a lot of attacks deal. It's basically a different version of the Leopard. I do think the heavy arms is better. I do like that he gets the little cloud mask from when he's in the circus. That's fun. It's not a mechanical difference, but it is an aesthetic, intimidating one. Comes with no abilities. Troa's not half bad. Here's like the saving grace for this unit. It does cost to get him to participate, but this was the spirit I was talking about, I think like 3 or 4 episodes ago, where if you use it, you are allowed to use 1 non-map attack as a post-movement attack. So we can fix that problem that I just complained of. So like we could use it and then post-move and attack here. But it's only temporary, so like that's only so good. I will tolerate that only for so long. As the primary way to relate to post-moving attacks. Because I think probably the best of the Gundam Wing pilots is Zex Marquise in the Talgeese. The Talgeese does have 2 of the 3 defensive options, but otherwise no abilities. But Zex also has it, and that matters more because he does have the 2 to 7 range one, but he also already has a 1 to 3 post-movement attack. Obviously, again, better if it was 5, but you know what? Maybe I'm giving him too much credit because this is the same. Troa also has that's also the wrong screen. 1 to 3 post-movement attack. He only gets to do it 10 times though, and it's also 500 power less. And this is infinite. This has no cost to it. This has absolutely 0 cost to it. All right, maybe I wasn't giving Troa quite enough credit, but this is considerably worse. It's half as much critical, half as much accuracy, and a quarter less damage. And you can only use it 10 times, barring resupplying. But Zex is just going to be good out of the box. He also just is a more like dodgy pilot, so he gets to stay a little safer. We're probably going to invest heavily into. I foresee us investing heavily into the Talgeese, the Sandrock, the Death Scythe, and one other unit. You will notice that of the Gundam boys, we do have five of them, but Zex is not usually the one that comes with. There's one particular dragon-oriented Gundam we are missing still. But he'll be next scenario. Okay, we have 15 minutes in. If there is still a single person watching me, let's actually start playing the game. We need to full send. We can't sit around at all. I have taken the liberty of pre-scanning all of the pilots, or all the units, just so I don't want to mess up any accuracies or any ranges or any movements. We got to plan this one out a little bit more. The Tauruses are the first thing to move. Yeah. So if we can engage them in combat immediately, that is ideal. He's gonna be, yeah, it's gonna be a little bit less because of this rubbish in the way. They do have a 5 ranged post movement though, so we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That asteroid is still within range. We can leave someone who is less important, like for instance the Zeta Gundam. That will be fine. So right now Bright can move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 with Excel. The Voltace can move here, plus 1, 2, 3. So he'll be 2 spaces behind, and then he'll be 4 spaces behind next turn. We can just dump a lot of pilots into the is this the Nail Argama or the Rock Hyloon? The Nail Argama. We can dump a lot of units into the Nail Argama, dash it forward, and then have them come out and attack next turn, because they're not going to get to participate this turn either way, and it just gives them a little bit more movement. I don't remember if this trick works, but we're going to find out. So, well, it certainly doesn't work that way. What we're going to try and do is we're going to give these pilots Excel ahead of time. And then, I don't think it will, because I believe this is going to be the moving. But if we Excel them and then put them in the battleship, I don't know if they're going to keep the Excel when they come out. There's definitely, I think I'm thinking of a later game where you can use the battleship and you can spend some resources and pick up things around it. And that would keep the Excel going. We'll try it, though. I don't think it'll work, but we'll make sure. Because if they can get an extra 5 move coming out of the battleship, that would be stellar. That would be incredible. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Fiona is moving as fast as the Nail Argama, but is 1 tile behind. I'm willing to make that trade, and we're just going to have her move forward naturally on her own. The Airmaster can do once. Actually, we can Excel him too. How much does the Serpent? What's the Serpent's range? 6? Okay. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. And even if this Taurus doesn't move, then I am okay with that. Yeah, because he can just go. And then we want the Methus and Karat and our Taurus kind of out of the way. They do have a lot of extra movement parts on, so they can swoop in whenever it becomes relevant. Let's get the movement in. Though I don't think the Taurus is going to see combat, really. I mostly have her here for her spirits again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I think we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we are good to put the Jamil at this angle. One more forward of the Taurus is likely to attack him. I guess we can do that. Because he also still needs to get kills too, is the trouble. I think we'll find a way to get some kills on him. Like, he can kill this Taurus. Okay. And we're gonna have the Zeta, the double Zeta. Oh, I forgot he doesn't have Excel in this game. Okay. We're gonna have the double Zeta kind of sneak around up to the top, because convincing Kuru you can convince her on the turn you are going to complete the objective. So if we talk to her on turn 4 and then talk to her again on turn 5, that will be the safest because we can clear out the majority of the rest of these units. We can have the Gundam boys come in and secure this section. Let's see what our accuracy looks like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is worth noting. It'll come up later too. 49. I do want to move Katra first because he does have leadership, so he can give everyone else a little bit better time getting things. I think, yeah, especially given the context of how fast this scenario is, we're not going to worry about money quite so much. We're going down this way. And this also pulls this this also puts everyone closer to him so that he can use his spirit next turn and give them their extra willpower. Okay, I do think we need to be aggressive, so we're going to use this. We're going to use I think it's called Advance immediately and start firing. And then this goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, if that attacks either of them, I am fine with that. The wing can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't mind it being here, so it can. The serpent can start attacking it. Can attack it on enemy phase, and then it can counter. We can start working at this top part. But if we can get both, that would be better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So how about here? Okay. And now we just want to see what our accuracy is roughly on these. 55. Yeah. Okay. Do we have any? Oh, we do have focus. Oh, we also have the advance. I think that's what we're gonna call it for now. I'll check the name later. Much prefer to weaken all of these enemies. We'll give ourselves extra damage that way. And then have Duo is 1 short. Okay. He is also someone that would benefit pretty. I think we're gonna probably switch the linear seat over from our main character over onto Duo once he becomes part of the party. Alright, so much for Katra giving them SP, or giving them willpower next turn. That's okay. We're gonna save Confuse for next turn, I think. I don't think we're gonna be engaging with most enemies this turn. If we can toss Confuse up every turn. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. That's not good. We can toss Confuse up next, like every turn after this. Let us keep pressure on. Quick water break. That's fine. Something to note, similar to the G Gundam pilots, the Gundam Wing pilots cannot change which units they are piloting in this game. In later games, you were able to, but in this game, they are locked to the units they are using. This could not possibly have been what I thought was going to happen, but that's fine. Get the Taugeese, and then we want this to go... Oh, right. Because Hero's not a team player, he doesn't have support defense to start. The Wing Boys are a little unfortunate in that they don't have the supports the same way that the G Gundam pilots do, but it's fine. Okay, we made it through a turn. Let's get a sense of the situation. If we can... Having Judo kill something on his way up to Kura would be great. This is turn 2. So I almost passed the turn. That would have been devastating. Serpents are going to move. Just the serpents are going to move this turn. So if we can clear all the serpents and all the Tauruses, or close to it, that keeps us, that's safe in terms of what range we can calculate. Puru doesn't have access to the funnels yet. So she's just at 1 to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So as long as we are not touching the top of the serpent, we won't get attacked by her. The real trouble is, as we are convincing her, she will be attacking us back during enemy phase, so we do have to, like, figure out how to live that one turn. I do see a nice and easy kill for Jamil here, and potentially starting, or getting the combo combat with Lancero. Could not think of his name. What are we looking at here? 5 range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So as long as Jamil is in front of this Taurus, then he should be safe from most things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He will get attacked by the serpent. So can we go back one more space? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Surely the crowd has got 5 range. Yeah. Okay. So we could be here with Lancero, and that will still get us a conversation with the crowd up, likely that crowd up during enemy phase. If not, we can attack him. I would prefer, it'd be better if the crowd, if Lancero attacked Jamil on enemy phase, so that we can be more flexible with him, so we don't have to, like, commit him to one attack. I do think we probably want to heal Bright. What else meaningful can we do? Actually, let's see how Wits fares against any of these bosses. Miserably. We are also just short of seeing how he is with I believe her name's Eliana Pazum. Ilia. Okay, also miserable there. We're gonna need to use focuses. I mean, that's unsurprising. He is level 29 though. He got some level ups passively. You know what? I think the Gundam Boys are gonna have a better time, so let's start with them instead. That way we can get some free morale on the team. I think we're gonna end up using this again. They won't get to, like, really take advantage of it this turn, but we can use the spirit this turn. So here's a thing. We could start attacking Glennon. He has a lot of armor because of his, well, he's got relatively a lot of armor for a Bawu. Because of his new Alloy Z, and he's also sitting on a decent base, so he's also going to get HP back. So if we do start doing that, we do want to keep that pressure up. But I am seeing 3 units that can die here, and 2 units in spare, so that might be our option. And our map attack can. I think I'd rather put the pressure on Clemme. We could also attack Haman. That would not be very good, I don't think. She'll probably just heal it back by the time we get there, but I don't dislike the idea of bullseyeing. Using bullseye. And actually I think we're gonna do here. Yeah, using bullseye. And attacking Clemme. Do we have enough for Valor too? Are we just gonna spend? Let's just spend everything. I've said this stage was tricky. Let's commit real hard. Ooh, incredible. Okay, actually, that was a little risky. I forgot to check if anyone retreats. Let's see. It's just Haman of all these pilots. Okay, so we can attack basically everyone freely if we can. How much is the Bawu worth? Only 2,000. We are not going to worry about that for SP purposes. So Hero can take him out. these can go to Catra, Zex, and Duo, respectively. We also don't have to even have to kill the Serpent. We could just let that be enemy phase problems. I think as we're going to be using Zex the most, I would rather give it to him. Also, it's a real shame that we didn't get okay. We're still going to use this focus anyway. It's a real shame that he didn't get to take an action last time, because we also could have had the Serpent dead. He can attack the Serpent. Does Hero have... No, he does not have a lock on. I don't think any of them have a lock on. Okay. Oh, yeah, no matter what, Duo's going to be out of range of any of these if he wants to get the morale from Catra. I guess it wouldn't be the end of the world if he didn't. That's unfortunate. Okay, well... 1, 2, 3. He can go here. Yeah, let's do this. Catra is gonna activate. It's still something. And then, if he moves at a diagonal, he can attack this Taurus, and that still gives Zex a spot that he can go either a 2 or 3 range. Yeah, right here. Perfect. We can get closer by a step. That does give us slightly better hit, but that doesn't mean we can get counterattack, but I think we can risk it. Let's get that. Let's get the video on. And if this doesn't kill him, that will be okay. It does. Incredible. Okay. That makes things a lot easier. Lemmy is, like, kind of a thorn in my side. He does, because of how far back he is, he does get a lot of free attacks on the left side team. And usually I'm not this aggressive with the Wing Boys. Okay. That feels good. So back here now. I also need to not forget that we do have a loading bay full of just, like, utter destruction. I do also need to be careful that I don't accidentally end the scenario. Like standing here is a really good way to attack Haman. I need to not do that if I want to actually try and kill her. She only drops a Mega Booster. I mean, it is to move, but it's the 16,000. It's the 16,000 or maybe 32,000 credits that I'm really interested in. What's the Zeta Gundam looking like for post-movement options? We've got... Oh, hold on. Wait. We have the... Oh, we can't use that for 2 reasons. We both don't have the morale, nor is she new type level 5. So, Hyper Mega Launcher is what's going to have to be. But we also can't do that because she doesn't have what I keep calling advance. So just the 1900, 1800 Gundam standard. She can attack the Mary Maya soldiers. Oh, and she's also getting a support attack off of the Nail Argama. So let's do that. I believe that means she can take... We can take this Taurus down. Tell me, does the Zeta Gundam not look quite right to you? I feel like every time I look at this right in this game, like something just feels a little off with it. I don't know if like the colors are too bright, or like rather than referencing the art of the Zeta Gundam to make the super deformed model, they like referenced a super deformed model and then put it in the GBA style. There's just something to it to me that looks really weird, and maybe it's just also like the resolution I'm looking at it. Maybe it looks more normal with a different resolution. Like maybe that is just me. So let's have... I think we're gonna have Thawed do this because the Carrot is safer closer. and we can theoretically care more about positioning for energy. Okay, I'd actually remember where we needed to be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, I did. It was right here. I was using... that Taurus was a load-bearing reference point. I'm gonna focus because he's gonna be in the middle of combat and just flashing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just flashing is only gonna... No, we're gonna do both. We're gonna do both, just to be safe. He's not gonna see much, I don't think, combat after that. Oh, we could probably turn animations off at this point. Also, that also looks very cursed. That looks very MSP. Like, I don't think I could do that. I'm, like, practicing pixel art, so I could, like, do something. But I feel like that Jamil needed another pass. For as much as I've said the art looks something pretty decent in this game. That one ain't it. We're gonna just send the Nail Argam up as far as possible, and then we can deploy. We can send the Voltes and the Combat Alert down here and attack these bosses. What's the main character going to do? Probably put on Excel first. She gotta put her shoes on. Put on the boots. Okay, this isn't bad. If we make this attack, then Judo can maybe clean this up as he's moving up, like, above this. Let's do this. Right, and then Judo can go up here and make this attack. Actually, that's even better, because now Jamil can finish that next turn if we remember to keep that alive. I don't think Noin can do anything relevant yet, so let's not put her too deep into enemy territory. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, we can start cracking on Ilya. And if he does take damage, the Carrot can repair that. He's not gonna take damage from that. Okay. Have Carrot move forward. That's fine. Like, too worried about his positioning. And then we need to get these two out of here. No, it doesn't also they got to keep that Excel. I didn't think they were going to based on how I moved it, but that's fine. Here's the downside, though, is they also can't use spirits. That is, like, sort of their big advantage, which is why I want to get them out of here as soon as possible. So we can start having them do what they do best. We'll just bully this Taurus. Or the Serpent, and then, and then those bosses can die next turn. Okay, that's everybody. This is turn 2. We are still safe. Oh, okay, sure. I don't... If it's actually between the two of them, then we do want it to pass over. Because you do take less damage when you are support defending, and if we want to go to either of them, that's fine. That's all I said. Yeah, and then just get this kill. Basically, anything can die as long as we have that one save for Jamil. Yep, that's good. Can we make a relevant hit? I'm still going to try and land this. It certainly won't kill, but it's so little damage we may as well try. Yes, perfect. Okay, so this is like the most scuffed version of this possible. He won't get hit. If he was going to get hit, it's going to pass on to someone else, but this still counts as a combo between the two of them. There we go. Okay. That objective has been fulfilled. Same as last time, no reason not to try. It spends a little bit more, but that's okay. Third time's the charm. Nope, never mind. Yeah, this was what I was worried about. Haman just has a monster range. Okay. we have... This is turn 3. So we still got a little bit of time. I see quite a number of dead pilots here. Okay, Judo is going to do nothing productive, and he's just going to sit up here. Yeah, this is like as far out as we can get him. He'll take a focus, and he'll take a persist. And then next turn, he has a shot at talking to Huru. I need to make sure I don't accidentally shoot her to death. What's our post movement? It's 4. Yeah, it's 4 on this. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. I want him as far away from combat now as possible. He has fulfilled both of his objectives. Nope, I'm on. Yep, that is 20 kills. We're at 20. Great. We can destroy Lancer this scenario. It doesn't matter whether he lives or dies here, for the purposes of recruiting him later. How does this? That's not the worst. Does he have a bullseye? I think his last attack. I think his last option might be bullseye. We'll toss a persist on, and you know, I don't think this is gonna have very high hit, but it's still a chance. Bummer. He wasn't doing anything else meaningful. And like staying here is still probably fine for the leadership effects. What's our main character sitting at in terms of... She needs a little bit more morale before we get the fairies. Does she have... No, she does not have spirit. Okay. What's she at? She's at 114. Can we kill 6 things? That's the rest of this map. Definitely not. These 2 are a promise to destroy 2 bosses, so I foresee them taking out these 2. Or maybe one of them starts working on... Actually, here. One can move and kill Kara soon, and then one can start with the combined attack, start attacking Haman. We can leave Ilya to the combo of the main character and Wits. Let's try this. Yeah. We do have bullseye, right? Okay, let's see what our attacks look like without it. So that would put us up to 86. I don't relish the idea of flying like right up close to her, because that's going to put us in range of too many enemies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can sit over here, though. Oh, that's considerably worse. Oh, because we're a tile away, and we don't get this bonus. This wasn't giving us accuracy bonus, but we're also way farther out from the leadership. And the leadership is really big at this size. So, bullseye it is. It's big when it's this big. You get a really big... The amount of accuracy and evade you get is also a lot bigger as the area gets bigger. Like, it does make sense. I don't think she has any defensive properties to her. I mean, she could, like, sword cut and, like, stop this from happening. Yeah, she has level 2 blocking. I'm just thinking whether I want to use Valor or not. I think we are going to use Valor. Just to be safe. Right, a little overkill, but... That also puts us at 119, so we will have 120 next turn. What's our energy situation looking like? We're good on both fronts. Can the Methus get in here? The Methus can get in here. A single flash. Okay, we can have the Volt Haste. They have the same energy. Okay, we're gonna have the Voltace be the one to attack Kara. Because then Kara can finish up and then come next to and then repair the combat alarm more. The Kara can come forward and do that. Okay. What's our accuracy looking like? I guess we need to Spirit first. Hiya! 72. Okay, we can focus rather than bullseye that. There we go. I guess also we probably should have used this earlier, but let's confuse just to make sure we're not gonna die on enemy phase. But see, like, this feels so good to me. It's not, like, impossible, but, like, I do feel like I actually need to think about things. Like, there's good pressure. We may as well flash, too, just to be super safe. That's 100% good. How much is Kara worth? Not Kara. Chara? Kara soon? You know, we have more important things coming up later. I'm just not going to use this here. We can probably get the experience, though. That's not bad. No, because that breaks our ability to use our other spirits. We're not going to bother with that either. We just want Valor. Hold on, man. That's irresponsible of me. Let's check and see if anyone else has that we can pass off. Oh, right, the carrot does have it. Okay. That's why. That's like one of the reasons. It just keeps giving. There we go. This is a boss. Only for a little bit of time. It also looked like I said it had... it looked like I had 125 morale, which shouldn't be right. It should be over. It should be 135. Maybe I just saw it wrong. Okay. Good. That leaves Puru 2. We can work on Puru 2 with the wing pilots. And maybe also... Who is this? Amashimure. I think that's how you say his name. Okay, we won Valor. We need to yell twice. Can we do that? We can just do that. Have some spirit. Get fired up. Oh yeah, because I was used to them getting pumped up from Jun or Sayaka. Okay, awful accuracy. Unsurprising given where we were standing. There's a bullseye. Here we can finally take advantage of the ignore enemy defensive abilities. We have already used Valor. We don't need money here because we're not going to kill her with this attack. Oh, we need to live it somehow. Okay, here's a flash. Do we have any other options too? We can use a persist from our main pilot. That does mean we lose Valors in the future. No, we can still dedication and charge that back up. We'd be going from 51 to 31, gaining 10 from dedication, going back up to 40. That's enough to also give us a Valor in the future. I'm frantically planning for future bosses, if you can't tell. Because if 7 bosses wasn't enough, don't worry, there will be more. Well, thank you, Sabine. I could not possibly have imagined it was going to do that much damage. Oh boy. Okay, well, that's really unfortunate. I did not think it was... I really underestimated how much she was getting defense from her abilities. Well, so much for Puru. That's fine. We weren't going to use her anyway. Oh no, they do all leave. All right, well I'll mark that down too. Look at all these things we're learning. Hold on. Editing my notes. Oh, that's wrong. Next. There. All remaining enemies retreat. If I stack up enough, like, things I'm unsure about, we can go back and check those too. I wonder if you destroy Haman, if they stay, but if you make her retreat, they follow with her. Honestly, fine. Now we're in position to start fighting these guys. Okay. Well, I guess that's a really easy out for finishing this scenario, is just doing exactly that, sending something forward with ludicrous attack power. I'm glad we got the 2 Jamil things done, though. I guess we're technically losing 2 objectives, because we do need Puru. We need Puru 1. We need LPO Puru for another flag later for Puru 2, but that's okay. So, now that that situation is resolved, there's no time limit for this conflict. We can just destroy this whenever we want. Here are our next 2 bosses. Rui Jangle and Prince Heinel are back in the Skullrooks. They do retreat. Heinel does. He retreats at 5,940 HP. Rui Jangle does not. Does he not drop anything? He doesn't even have a part on him. No wonder. And Heinel's got a biosensor on him. It's very tempting to just keep everybody here and see what happens. How much we're 5 short on this? I don't know what that looks. That is lined up real well. That is lined up really well. I mean, everything's going all wonky this time, so let's just really push things. So, this is Soul. Soul is like Valor. Valor is 2 times damage, or Valor is 2 times damage. Soul is 2.5 times damage. It does not stack with Valor. Well, they stack on top of each other. They don't multiply each other, but if you use Soul and then you used Valor, or vice versa, the Soul will consume first and then Valor will consume later. So we can do 2.5 times and then focus to make sure we are landing this hit. We need to get Troa out of there, but that's fine. We can do that. That's manageable. That's just a nice, easy scooch. He is out of spirits because of what we did last time to attack Clemme. Well, he's not out. He could self-destruct. That's not a very good plan. But I think parking him there is fine. That's giving him 2 supports. What's the worst that can happen? Yeah, let's do this. I was really expecting to see our first game over with. I was really thinking we might not see turn 5, but I was vastly mistaken. Yeah, I didn't think Hero's not strong enough right now for that to warrant using money, but that is a lot of, just a ton of damage we're getting off. Not for free, but like pretty, without little effort, with very little effort. So we can move Katra over here and give 2 bonuses. I'm trying to think if we can give everybody two support partners, but I don't think we can from here. We can have Katra. We definitely want Duo to go last, so someone can get his support attack off. And the only thing he is in range of is this Dokugaga. This is a Dokugaga? Yeah. So that's how he's going to have to attack. And I think that makes more sense for Catra to do that so that Zex can stay in place. And we'll focus. So Zex can stay in place and then use the better attack. I didn't even need it. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, how bad does the Baizanga hurt? Because we could go here and attack. Good lord, we're gonna get wrecked by that damage, but okay, we can confuse. Here's the other thing with confusion, is it only affects the units that are on the map. So like if we use confusion when all the Gundam pilots were still out, then when they retreated and these arrived, these are not under the effects of confusion. So it is potentially costly if you don't plan well. So that should be down to 41 hit. 44 hit, okay. Was it 88 before? I do think, I have figured this out what order these apply in, but there are some things that are giving hit bonuses that apply after confusion that aren't being, like, halved by it. You can find all of that in the worksheet. So he's not gonna kill there, but we could, this is where we could weaken with Zex. Did he also not use focus yet? I don't think he used his focus. Oh, he also didn't use focus yet. Okay, that makes that a lot easier. We don't need to persist. I think between this and the Hyper Jammer, we'll be fine. How many? He's got 3 kills. Zex has 2 kills. Duo weakens for Zex. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's fine. I was thinking if Zex could move into that spot I started at, that like where Duo was started, but it's the same thing. Yeah, he does, and he can't attack from there. Zex also has a map attack. The Taugis also has a map attack, but that's irrelevant here. I guess we probably should have attacked the Doku Gaga because that could have died on enemy phase, but that's okay. We already scuffed up this one pretty heinously. Dropping that Haman kill was rough. But I did say last time that getting yourself out of a bad situation is more interesting than it going right perfectly, so there's that. I think this is also probably the longest scenario, other than like maybe the last like 2 or 3. They have fewer bosses, but the boss situation is just so brutal. Hopefully we'll have enough money by that point that it won't matter. I mean, we can guarantee it, but I don't want to. It'll be too boring. I will point out what I will point out what I mean when we get there. There's always some way you can break these games if you really want to try hard enough. Everyone's sort of lined up a second time. We still got another one of these? Okay, as long as we get Duo out of the way, we can fire this up a second time. That one seems less likely to hit. 2, 3, we can. But no one's gonna get the support attack from Duo. I think that's gonna be okay. I think that's just fine. I'm not going to bother with confusion this turn, because hopefully most of these are going to die. And then Troa can put this to, like, near dead. Yeah, and someone else can finish that off next. Getting Catra 1 space closer would matter. That will improve his chances to hit, because he's 1 space deeper into the command. It is a shame that people with, or into leadership, it is a shame that people with leadership don't get some benefit out of it. But I get it. Would be nice, though. Would be pretty cool. Alright, let's see how this goes. We probably should have put Fortune on for this. My bad. Maybe not. Maybe I was... Oh, no, we're good. Oh, right, because we didn't have Soul for this one. That's why. This is an attack we can make. He's out of spirits, right? Yeah, he is out of spirits. That won't... I know a lot of people get, like, really hyped about map attacks, but, like, this is why I don't care about them that much, because, like, that's not gonna do... It's not gonna do a ton here. And, like, that hits 3 of our boys. That's not worth it. I would much rather be proactive and, like, shoot stuff down. Okay, let's see what the rest of our team can do by getting over there. And we also want to trust up Troa. Well, here's Juno looking for someone he can't find. Oh, man. Rue can probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can the Wave Rider? The Wave Rider does not have a post-movement 5-range attack. Man, it's no wonder I don't use the Gundam pilots that much in this game. They feel so hampered. I get why, right? Like, having a unit that has very little downsides to it, that has really far reach, and has the potential to not take a hit at all, is, like, obviously very good. So, giving units... The units that could really... The units that could really, like, take advantage of... Hold on, that's still not the spot that we're gonna start the sentence. The units with, like, the more desirable attacks inherently have, like, more downsides to them, like, lesser, like, smaller move, or like, taking damage that you need to they can take damage. I don't know why. Every brain cell just evacuated from my head. Sometimes it's like that. Okay, that does make Tora a little bit safer, but I think if he is going to attack... We really want to get a kill on something. I think we're gonna largely have things clear next turn. Let's try one of the Baizangas and then have Troa finish it. I do want to save. We're not gonna get to Spirit. We won't get to Soul now, but I do want to save a Spirit, a Valor for one of the 2 Skullrocks. Yeah, this is fine. While the enemies are taking their turn, let's see if they take one more pass in that sense about defense. Like, having Gundam pilots that have the ability to dodge and, like, not take damage, there's the possibility you can always hit, that they have a 0% chance to get hit. Like, that is a possibility. So, giving them also really good, like, mobile attacks is not a good plan, because that's just, like, the most powerful things in both ways. So we want to give the better attacks to... It is more balanced to give the better attacks to units that actually have to take damage, like these 2 over here. Not that 10 damage really counts as real damage anyway, so maybe I was just saving myself from a stupid conclusion by not being able to finish the sentence. Half of my brain was like, no, idiot, stop, 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 stop. And the other half was screaming at me, you have a good point, say something on the internet that people will think sounds smart. We are running a little low. That is also, like, a consideration with the Taugeese, is that it doesn't have infinite energy, and it doesn't have the energy restore that, like, the main character does, for instance, that makes that feel a little bit more free. Who is this going to? It doesn't actually matter. It's still better no matter what. Okay. Those Skull Rooks start moving, one turn after... Okay, so Rui would have started moving now, and then Haino will move next turn. He does not have Excel? No, he does not. Is he going to get 21 kills? Just one more for good measure? Oh, never mind. They're a lot they're a lot less weakened than I thought they were. It's okay. How about we leave this one? We can have Judo attack. The double Zeta is like really good, right? Like there was 11% chance. Well, the double Zeta plus Judo is really good. There was he had 11% chance to get hit there, and I didn't have like focus on or hadn't used command or anything. Command. You hadn't used confuse or anything. Okay. And then have the Zeta attack here again. Great. And now we can start cashing out on these last couple. Where clearly we've clearly got enough stuff left. Oh, that's not good. I thought we got to choose. Oh boy. Well, this doesn't work like Troa's. This is a real shame in how the GBA formatting works. Let's see how many of our own units we've destroyed. I really thought I got to like choose a target reticle. Why would you just attack in that much space? This is a terrible move for a unit that needs to be like surrounded by their allies to make meaning. Excellent. Well, none of our people died. Oh, good gracious. I hope that's what you all come here to see, because it's gonna keep happening. Alright, who's got fortune left? We got lots of people with fortune left. We don't got any... Oh, I forgot that Rube gets blessing. Okay. We're not gonna kill these two this turn. I say that, maybe we will. We could have the carrot do it. Okay. The Voltace has 117 left. What is... This costs 100, so we can move 17 spaces, where we should be fine. 2, 3, yeah, okay. So... Someone can be adjacent to Rui Jangle, and... I think the Voltace should be the one that is one space away and then have the combatant be adjacent to it. So we actually probably can get this kill this turn. Have the Voltace move... Right, have the Voltace move here. And can it kill this? It can. We might as well get EXP too. I cannot stress enough both how funny and how silly the Gundam Wings map attack working that way is. If you can't tell, I haven't used it a lot, then I just didn't know that's what I was going to do. Good gracious. That's such a huge area to like send him into unprotected. I guess you could also just like do this and not care what happens to the rest of your units because like I mean they didn't die. It's just very, very goofy. We do want to weaken some amount. Oh yeah, being on the planet doesn't actually give you any benefits. Like I think it makes sense why it doesn't, but it feels like it could have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's get that boost from Judo. Great. We'll weaken him a little bit. I guess there's no reason for Troa not to contribute in there too. I guess also let's take a look over here too. We got energy restore, so that doesn't matter. He does have potential. So once we get to about 50, once we get to about 50% HP, then he's gonna start getting more armor. So what's that? It's like just shy of 10,000. It's what, 9,900? Yeah, 9,900. I made that math too hard. So we can have Fa come in and heal. And I don't think he'll die to the counterattack. Right, he's attacking with some kind of cannon. I can read that at least. That's only 2550. I think Toro will be fine. Can we get other Gundam boys around him though? Probably not actually. Because I don't want to use another charge on Zex. I want to keep that for Valor. So I think this will have to do. Oh, incredible. What do we got left here? Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That gives us our most connection to leadership. Sick. Wits, you can have that Valor. I don't think we leveled up the Airmaster at all. That is like a ludicrous amount of dodge to have too. Okay, so yeah, Rui is now getting more armor than his stats screen says he should because of potential. We can probably do 9,000 with the Combattler though, so you know what, let's just get in there. What we need to use, Fortune. We do need to use Excel. I suspect we're probably gonna need to use Bullseye. It'll be close, but it won't be perfect, I think. Oh no, we don't even need to use Bullseye, okay. We do need to use Valor though, so we're gonna need to Dedication once. There's a Valor. The thing I think, did we call it Charge before? Advance, something like that. I don't understand why these units have it. Like, what are you doing with this? We don't want Mercy. Oh, we can ignore the defensive parts of that too. It just keeps giving. It really does it all. XP, why not? We'll do it in the cheer way rather than the game way. It is such a waste of a slot for a pilot with cheer to also have game. What a disappointment. As if it didn't need more. As if it needed more experience. And like that complaint is for more than the Combattler or the Voltace. Like there are a couple of times where that happens in this game, in a lot of the Super Robot Wars games, where they give the ability to give it and also use it on yourself. Like there's no difference. At least we'll get these boss kills, right? Oh man, it's so late already. I was thinking I was gonna film 2 of these. We can still probably film 2. It's just it'll be late. Oh. Look at all that money. And chickens. Is that still a thing the kids know? So. As if the kids are watching this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I feel like this game does sort of deeply depend on you, like, being an old head about anime. There's not a ton of new references in these. I mean, like, I say that, like, the game is also for the GBA. I believe that is considered a retro system now. Ugh, my heart. I remember when I first got a Game Boy Advance. Yeah, I mean, I definitely feel old now. The PS3 still feels like the new thing to me. And we're about to get a PS6, I think. The life cycle of the PS5 was just a massive oddity because of, you know, the whole deal with how it was marketed and how accessible they were. Duo, on the other hand, looked great. That looked exactly like Duo. Nothing like how Jamil looked. He looks so rough. Jamil looks so rough. Eyeball rockets. If he hadn't shot his eyes out, maybe he could have seen where we were. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we can... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He could have aimed to hit us better. There's definitely a joke in there. I trust you all to be able to make it and believe that it was funnier than whatever I said. Try to check if he had a map attack. I didn't think he did, but it occurs to me now that he may have. We'll just leave the animations on for the rest of it. It's fine. We're gonna start creeping closer and closer to the 2-hour mark rather than the 1-hour mark as these go. These scenarios get so long later on, or they can. Oh man, some of the fake out scenarios in D, good gracious. There's one that has I think 4 stages to it. Like I was playing it just casually and I was like, oh yep, ready to go make the, oh nope, can't make food yet. I mean I could have, but there's still more scenario to be played. I guess we're done here. Oh nope, there's still another one. Just kept going. I think we're gonna try and do the same thing with Heinel, where we do the combo of these. Oh, right, but we're not gonna get to do it this turn if we're gonna do it that way because they don't have energy left. Both of them use the energy for that combination attack because they're combining. 5940 is where we need to be concerned with for his health. Let's see what dots we're looking at. We've got literally one. Okay, well, that's also where our money is right now, so we're not going to worry about that. We also don't need to have the Voltex and the Combatler finished. We could probably find something else that can handle this. Ooh, we did a lot of damage, I wonder. So here's the one thing. Yeah, okay. We do have the zero system active. I think I mentioned this the first time we saw it. This does work better for like longer scenarios, obviously. But it does effectively give Hero 5 level ups when it turns on. It just boosts every one of his 6 combats, his 6 normal stats, by 5. And that, I would describe that as good. I think that's maybe the deal, is Hero is, this is like the reverse of what's usually true. I feel like the unit's usually better than the pilot. I guess not always, but I think in this case, Hero is much better than his unit. Okay, I think we figured out where our kill's gonna come from. Rue, please pass that over to Zex. So actually, we can daunt him. For whatever little it's worth, it is still... he still takes more damage. Do we have... how many dedications we got left? Oh, we actually... oh, right, we brought Noin for this. We have dedications left. Is there anybody else that's, like, overcapping on their SP here? I don't think so. I don't think we can use any of these productively. Okay, that's fine. No more dedications here. Noin, you can go. I wonder if someone's yelled at me about my pronunciation for her name, too. Not yelled. Gracefully and tactfully explained to me that's pronounced a different way. We have 2 uses dedication left. Not enough for another daunt. That's okay. That's still 10% more damage. I am not making that risk. I don't want to try and chip and then accidentally kill, especially because we do have the main character doing a ton. So let's surround with as many people as possible. It's hard. I do wish there was a little bit of a numerical indicator for these, because I think that was a bigger fire, but I can't tell. And then we gotta check anybody. Okay. I know that we got... I know I pointed out that we had a rivalry bonus with the main character with someone else. I think it was Saisaichi, but just someone who was not a main character, which was not contrary to what I was expecting. Oh yeah, with Jamil. I mean, that makes sense. They've deployed on a lot of missions. So it's no shot it's going to be these three that have just started. Yeah. Though we did get to see, Noid does get to like start contributing to rivalry now that we get the rest of the Gundam Wing pilots around. Okay, and then it's just a matter of using the R2 repairers. Which is there's not actually a lot left to repair. Oh, okay. So Carrot can heal here, and then Fa can probably get a level up off of this. Yeah. Most certainly. Okay. We did give this to Zex. Is it better to give it to the main character instead? No, because Zex doesn't have a support attack. We are turned on. Let's hope this works. If I throw away 2 bosses... Nah, we're not gonna throw away 2 bosses. Maybe you'll never see this, that's not true. This is what a fresh plate would look like anyway. It would not perfectly kill everything. It is a real shame that I have not figured out yet how to get some of my notes on camera. Oh no, maybe we're not gonna do that. Okay, no, we just got there. We just got there. I've been working on right now. I think I was really underestimating the value of some of the energy parts in certain ways, or overestimating some other ones. So I made a spreadsheet for it. Actually, while I'm mashing through this, let's see if I can. I'll see if I can pull it up. I don't know if I can get it on camera. Will this game let me click things at the same time? It will. Okay. So what happens if I try to drag this around? Okay, that can't leave the spreadsheet. I figured that probably could have. But if I move this in front of the camera, no, it cannot, because I'm capturing the game and not. I'm capturing the game and not this screen. I can separate this and then try and just capture this screen. I don't want you to see the rest of my tabs. I've got people's names in those. Okay, let's try this quick. Maybe this is going to be horrid, and I've just cut this out, but... So, this is what I've been working on, trying to figure out energy parts right now. But, doing this or, staring at these numbers for a minute is not going to make this very interesting content, I don't think. If this is interesting to people, I will happily, make a video and talk through this. But, I was looking at the energy parts we have available to us right now. I was looking at the energy parts we had available to us right now, and how they worked on the main character, and how much energy we're getting returned from each of them. I really underestimate how useful propellant tanks are, but they are the most useful single part in terms of energy gain that you can put on. But they even 2 of them is worse than both the Mega Energy Chip, which reduces the cost of energy-based actions by 20%. That plus a propellant tank is better than 2 propellant tanks. And the best combination we have for energy right now is the EN Mega Chip and a propellant tank. This is also it's really hard to make these kind of infographics because there's so many different things we could account for. So this is just assuming we are only using the ferry. Actually, hold on, we can switch back. Wait, I had the technology. Can you... This one? Nope. I can... There we go. Incredible. I'm learning. Who would have thunk it? We were on the Cosmo Driver. I was considering this in relation to the ferries, because the ferries attack has 30 energy cost. So I was scaling this in respect to just using how many of those ferries attacks can you get off. So obviously the returns are going to be different using other metrics, but like it's still going to roughly translate to the same amount of information. You might get 1 or 2 extra attacks in here. We are sort of wasting a little bit of energy because I'm not accounting for using 10 energy attacks. Like you can see, maybe you can't. I don't know how clear this is. It doesn't look very clear on my OBS, which is why I'm saying that. I have rows dedicated to how much energy you have remaining. And some of them are showing numbers that like 10 and 20. Those are energy totals we could use for other attacks. Also, none of this is taking into account. None of this is taking into account any movement also. So that also could factor into it. But this is it's a rough estimate. And I'll probably add on to this more once we have some more energy parts. Like there is a plus 150 energy booster. I don't recall if there is. Hold on, I can open this up and just look at my where's the parts list appendix. We do have. Oh, there is an yeah. Okay, there's a mega chip and a giga chip. We can cost reduce energy attacks by 30%. So like applying that to it too. This seems more relevant for energy than it does the other actions, like mobility or armor, because like those are just inherently so much better than the healing, like a one shot of healing. That said, though, actually we can go back and look at the. We can go back and look at the excellence. Nope. Because the excellence has this energy restore small, this line here, this line. Because she has that already, she can't. The excellence can't then also take a solar panel on. That won't restore like. That the solar panel normally gives you back 10% energy, and energy restore small also gives you back 10% energy. Let's actually put this on somebody else and see if it just shows you that you get energy restore small. I don't think it does. But I could be wrong. We put that on the Nail Argama. Yeah, see, it doesn't show that you get an energy restore small, but I have checked before that the solar panel and the energy restore small do not stack, at least not in this game. Hopefully that little data diatribe was fun for everybody. That's like really why I'm into these games. I did spend like 3 hours earlier today making that graph. Only to discover that I've just been wrong my entire time. I guess that's like sort of what it's for. Hopefully it's informative to somebody. Somebody smarter than me can take advantage of that and go like, ah, yes, I've cracked the code. But we'll see. If you like that kind of thing, like, please let me know. I'm happy to do that more. That's like kind of what I want to be doing all the time. But like I said, I kind of want like baseline of content out so we can like have this as a reference point and go like, here we can go up from here, we can go down from here, where we're gonna go. I think that about does it for us for now. I do have nearly 400,000 funds I need to go figure out how to spend, and we can finally start spending them now that we got the. Hold on, where are they? Now that we have the wing pilots. The Wing Zero is also not actually, we don't actually have the Wing Zero yet. We'll get it next scenario, but we weren't going to invest into it first anyway. We do also have the Fredan. Here, we can, the Fredan, the Fabril. This was what we got for getting 20 kills with Jamil. It's like an actually pretty decent unit. It's like on the tankier side of Gundam units. It's definitely designed to be more defensive and kind of like plot in place. It's always flying. We can't get it on the ground. We could use a part to get it on the ground, but that's whatever. So it has the like normal situation that I complain of, but it's like it's on the better side of it. It's like how the Cubelays are. I can look down at my shirt to find and see the answer for me. It's only at 105 morale requirement. It does have to be used by a new type, someone that has a new type X, but I don't think there are. I guess there was more we could talk about. I'm not gonna do this next. We're not gonna do this at the beginning of the next scenario. Like, hold on, that's not the right screen. Give me wits. Give me a game show. That's duo, not one. Okay, he doesn't actually have new type X. I normally use this on a pilot we're gonna get real shortly, the Fabrial. So, having a new type X level 1 requirement is really small, so like, we can cover that pretty quickly. But 3 to 7 range is still good. Some of these I'm less happy with because it's only 6 range. The 3 part of this is kind of unfortunate, but our post movement attack being 2,000 power to start is pretty delightful. I think it also has decent upgrade numbers. Yeah, like it also has a lot of pips and upgrades. Like, see, look, compared to like the Combattler that has only 7. That is like a thing I feel like we don't address enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. At least talking about this game, where I don't. That there's not as many. The number of pips you get for upgrading also matters a lot. So like we get what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It is 20%. Bet 20%. There's 20% more points to upgrade on the Fabrial than like the average unit. So there's like a lot of long-term viability out of it, more so than being stuck with a unit that can kind of scale up to get to its better attack. But it's that attack probably won't get to like double damage by full upgrades. Where I think actually we can look at this. Does the Fabrial do that? We're 2,800. We go up to 4,700. So that's what? No, it would be 56. So we are shy of that still too. But let's look at something like the heavy arms. This is going from 33 to 49. I guess it's starting in a better place. Actually, hold on. Let's look at the Taurus. The Taurus is a better comparison. So 27 to 43. Oh, well, that's not good. I didn't mean to do that. Well, we were gonna upgrade the Taurus anyway. I'm confused. I missed my circle. I missed my exit in my circle, but oh no. So what was it? It was 27 to 43. So yeah, it is 500. It's roughly 500 points more damage, which I did use earlier as like a pretty good benchmark for higher value. Cool. Okay, well that makes my money a little bit easier. I guess we're going to be investing. We're here right now. We'll just do it right now. We're going to be investing everything into the Talgies. Mobility, I think, all the way. It's going to be dodging more than anything else. Energy all the way, because we were running out of energy for that lasted for its last attack. And if we're going to be dodging everything anyway, I'm not going to be worrying about its health right now. We'll start putting this into something else. Let's go into the Death Scythe. That's this. I normally would prefer to upgrade the defensive stats first, because like it doesn't matter how well you destroy things if you can't live. But it just many mistakes this scenario. One day we'll get a clean clear, but today is not that day. Okay, well before I mess anything else up, I will see you all off. Look forward to some more Gundam Wing action. This next scenario is also pretty decent. We have a couple of different side objectives we can complete. But that is all for now, and I will see you in the next one.